Hey everybody, it's me. I'm back, Judd with Southmen Bushcraft, and right now I'm looking for tinder. I'm trying to get some bird nest tinder, some dry stuff, so I can blow it into a fire. But this video is set on char cloth. I went to school and helped out recently, and a lot of the questions when we was talking about the char cloth was, what's it made of? How do you make it? Where does it come from? So on this video, that's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to try to show you some methods, how to make char cloth, what you can use to make char cloth. I'm even going to throw in probably some charred materials there to see if you can, catch a spark with charred material like natural tinder. Well, anyway, this is what I'm looking for right here. See it, dry stuff right there. You have to be careful though. If you're looking in the woods, make sure there ain't nothing up under there gonna bite you, and you don't want to grab a hold of a briar bush because you will let it go right quick like. But anyway, this is what I'm doing right now, trying to just get some tinder here, some dry stuff. Just make some bird's nest real quick. Don't have no cedar bark right here in this area, but I do have these grasses in this wet area, and a lot of these grasses, when you see them during the fall, if they get too big, the whole bottom of it will just turn to nothing, and you can just pull them off. But that's what I'm looking for anyway. So I already got like a big old spot right here, so see if I can find a couple more. Give me a little handful here. There we go. Some bigger stuff. That'll be enough. Alright, let's go back over here to those stump top over here, and we'll get this stuff going for you. Alright, here we are at the old stump top here. Well, what I mean by char cloth is this actual cloth that's turned into char material. And what it does is it chars it. It don't burn it. It starves it of oxygen when you do it. And what it does, it's still pliable. It's still got a little bit of texture to it, but it didn't turn to dust. See, when you cook it too long, it'll turn to dust, and when it does that, it's no good. You overcooked it. So the best way is get a little piece here. There's people that do it different ways. There's people that take it and drive a spark down onto it like this into a pan or something. Or some people put it on the flint itself like this and strike it. And if anybody's wondering, this is the Dragonfire flint striker. I got the 10, keep it in my pocket all the time, as you've seen in my other videos. But anyway, you can see, I don't know if you can see that on film, but it throws good sparks. But if you put it down, see, some people, they'll put it down and they'll strike to it like that and try to catch an ember. See, that one did. I don't know if you can see that. You see it burning right there? That ember? Well, it goes up really, really fast. And it turns, and then you blow in it. Put this in, you take your tinder bundle, put this in the tinder bundle, and blow in it, blow this in the fire. So, and put that one out right there. See, when it burns, it just turns to nothing, to dust. It just, see, it just nothing left. So you got to be kind of quick with it. Me personally, I like to put it on my rock like this and strike, and usually on the first strike you can get a hammer. See it? Then you just put it in your tinder bundle and it catches on fire. Put this stuff right here. Well, what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna try to put these little pieces on here and get a little fire going. Get these smaller pieces in here. I done smothered it out, y'all. No, I didn't. Look at that. Try to get these smaller pieces in here. Try and catch. Also got some other materials that I'm going to try. I'm going to try and put them in this tin right here, but I have some new ones. I have some other dropped object. I have some other Altoids tins right here. And what I'm going to do is take a bunch of this cedar bark that I got, put it in here with some other materials. See, I can make some charred cedar material. And once again, you just got to starve it of oxygen. Now, to make char cloth, you need a cotton material, because that's what it is. It's a cloth. This right here, these squares, is 100% cotton, and all I did was I cut them into little squares right here. All right, and when it ends up in the pan, this is what you end up getting, and all it is just charred cotton material. Now you can use 100% cotton bandanas, but look at it when you buy it, make sure it's 100% cotton. Me, I like to use, you know, like if you got an old towel, or you know, like an old hand towel or something, you know, I have laying around. You know, it's a little fibrous, but to me it seems to catch a spark because it's a lot thicker, but it's 100% cotton. So what I did was I just cut all these up into little squares. And this cotton bandana, you know, in the survival world, the bushcraft world, everybody tells you carry cotton bandana, 100% cotton, because you know you can, if you get hurt, you can dress a wound, you know, you can wipe your face, you can make char cloth, you can make tie off, you know, like if you got an injury, you know, you can tie it off, you know, you got bandage here. So there's a lot of resources that go with this, not only in fire making. So let me get this stuff set up and I'll be right back with you. Alright, so what I did was this is material that I'm going to put in here. I got some cedar bark, some little shavings, and a little piece of jute twine that I had laid over. I'm going to just stick it in this box right here. Now, on these Altoids tins, let me get this out of my pocket here. You have to look, and in the back where the hinge is, you should see some, should be a little gap. See, some of these tins you don't have to poke a hole in because it's already got a gap or whatever. But just for purposes, what I'll do is I just poke a little hole in that one, and I'm gonna set it right here on this fire. And after a while, you'll start to see right through that little hole right there, it'll start smoking. Well, this one, I put cotton squares in. So, and I'm gonna do this one different because seeing as how it's already got the little holes back here, I'm not gonna poke a hole in this one. So, I'm gonna set this one right there. Turn it over where the holes are upright. See how that works. But like all the fires, you really can do this on a campfire a lot better than just doing it on this little fire. But you can do char cloth on camp stoves. I wouldn't recommend it doing it in your house because all you're doing is heating this tin up so that it chars the material that's inside it. So let me let that go a little while and get some little stick going here, kind of keep this going. See, now we already got this one that's starting to smoke a little bit coming out of this one. And this one right here is just now starting to smoke. Let me move this over a little bit. Get some heat going on that one. Got some wind blowing here, so I'm just trying to keep this going. I'm just cutting some little shavings off here, just keeping this little old fire going here. But the thing with char cloth is that all you need is a spark. You don't need a lighter. You don't need a lot of that big stuff. Like an open flame. You can just use a spark and get this. And stick this on here. Let me take one of them off. Good. Find me some more twigs. now I can see it starting to puff smoke out of that hole right there. So that means it's working. If I had a big fire like in the fire pit, it wouldn't take no time to do this. So I think my next batch, I may go break out my little stove and do it on it and show you how quick it is. There we go, I got a little flame coming out of that hole now. I got some heat going on. And that's the thing, is getting the heat up. You see how that's the chemicals or the resins that's still in the wood, and that's what's burning out of that hole right there. That's not the wood burning, it's just the smoke. Looks like it's actually doing pretty good now. Got a little breeze blowing, so it's kind of helping it out a little bit. See, when it starts, you see how it's already started to char? This is what it does. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna close this one up, and I'm gonna switch them out and show you what the other one's doing. Let that one sit there for a little while. Get this little fire here going again. Put some more of this dead bigger stuff on here. Get some air going up under there. And this is the one that we did not put a hole in. This one's still a little warm. We'll let it sit there for a minute. You see here how the jute twine turned out. See the light and the dark. But in the bottom of here, all them cedar shavings. Get these little leaves out of here. I don't know if I forgot about these leaves that was in there. But in the bottom, see how it chars and turns them black? Those cedar shavings should catch a spark. put this back in there. Let's see, it turns your hand black. Getting kind of warm over here now. Got a decent little fire going. Now when the outside turns black, don't worry about that. That's just the paint, the coating, or whatever they put on them cans whenever they put their whatever their stuff in there. So the paint will burn off your pan, so that just means that you've actually done something with the can and it's not just brand new. Well, now that it's burned all the stuff off of it, I'm gonna take this one off. We will try another batch. I'm gonna take this set it on top of that thing. And we'll see how, remember the green bandana? I hope this isn't too boring, but making charcoal is not like whittling sticks or doing something fun. It's just a sit and wait job. So set this one on here, and that's basically what you do. You set it on the fire and you wait. Yeah, that one's still a little too hot to handle right now. And the smoke, it's fire. See, this one starting to smoke out of that hole right there. So with the colored bandanas, as long as it's 100% cotton, it's fine, because it's going to burn out all the chemicals and dyes and whatever the colors, pigments and stuff they put in there. So it's just going down to the main fabric. So you don't have to carry it. Color doesn't mean nothing as long as it's 100% cotton, because when it chars it like this, it's going to burn all that, the added stuff off of it. So it ain't no really big thing. have ash everywhere. See right here? That right there is the chemicals and this coming out with the smoke. Alright, here's the Altoids tin. Ooh. This might be a good one. This is the Altoids tin that I did not put a hole in the top, remember? Because the hinges actually have these little holes in them. I'm going to show you what it looks like. You see that? That looks like some good char cloth. Oh yeah. We're going to try that in just a second. Set this off to the side here. That one's just about quit puffing. I might pull that off and check it in just a second, but I'm gonna leave it on just a hair longer. Alright, pull that one off. My old stump top here is getting a lot of use. It's almost, I done put so many little old fires on top of it that it's almost got hardened on the top, and all it is a big old piece of pecan. And I just keep making fires on top of it, and it ain't went nowhere. But what I thought about doing was drilling a hole right down through the middle of it and make like a stove. But I like the old stump. Rake this stuff off of here. Alright, after getting dust all over me, the first thing that you need to do after you make the char cloth is try the char cloth, because you don't want to just make it and if you overcook it and you go out in the woods and you need some and it don't work or it won't take a spark. So there's two different factors. You either undercook it or you overcook it. You got to find the little happy medium there. That's why you always try it, because a lot of times you might have to go ahead and make a whole new batch because you just left it on there too long and it just got so brittle you couldn't even hold it. So here is the char cloth that we just made, and I hope this works because it looks good. This is the tin that doesn't have the hole, but you got to make sure if you got a container that you're making char cloth out of and it seals tight, you need to poke a hole in it, because what'll happen is it'll build up pressure in there in that top or something other, it'll pop, and you don't want that. It might fly back and hit you or whatever, and you don't want a seal canal. You want the fumes and the smoke to escape. That way you don't build up no pressure in your can and you blow and it blows up and it might hit you in the face and the eye or whatever, but you don't want that. So let's try this. See, that was the piece of flat cotton. Here's a piece of that towel. Okay. See? Okay. Now here was a boo-boo. What had happened was this lid popped open and I didn't know it. And this char cloth got overdone. Watch this. Turns to dust. So you have to watch it. Make sure that the lid closes. Sometimes if you have to, you might have to lay something on top of it. Hold it closed. But we're going to try some more of these too. See, there's another one. I don't know if you can see it. I'll get down there. There's another one. See, not all of them's going to work. I don't know if you can see that. Starts to burn your hands. See that one? Yeah, all of them still going. So that batch turned out to be alright. But that was a good comparison of what happens when you overcook it and what happens when it's good. So I'm gonna make another batch and see how that works. But I'm gonna go get a stove and do it the other way. So this is Judd with Southmen Bushcraft. I hope this was informative. I hope it works. And the best thing to do whenever you see something on YouTube or television or whatever and you think it's pretty cool, go do it. Do it yourself, because my techniques may vary from somebody else's techniques, and the best way to do it is just get a general knowledge of how to do something, and the best way to learn it is being hands-on, doing it yourself. See, you're not gonna get this perfect the first time, and expect it to do what you want it to do. So that's why you need to practice it right here. You practice it in your backyard. if that's all you got. Don't practice in your house, because when you make char cloth in your house, it stinks. So do it out in the yard. But if you can practice in your yard, get it down pat to where you know how to do it. When you're out in the woods and you're on a camp and you got a campfire and you go, I think I got an old t-shirt. I think I'm gonna make some char cloth. And if you got an outdoors tin or some other container, see here's my other flint and steel kit. You see it's all black? I use this one on campsite too, and it's got a full flint and steel kit in here. But I got char cloth in here, wood, flint, steel, and a bunch of other stuff. But if you're at a campfire and you go, I got an old t-shirt in the truck, or I got an old, something in the right here, you can use any kind of cotton material, and just put it in your little thing and drop it right there next to the fire. Sit there and watch it for a few minutes. Take a stick, kick it out, let it cool. Open it up, look at it, say, that looks like it's pretty good. Pull a piece out, grab your flint, check it out. It works good, and plus, you can never have too much char cloth, because a lot of times you end up using more than you really need anyway, because that's the way it was when I started. So, I hope this was informative. I know it kind of took a little while. We're like at 37 minutes or whatever, but it's probably the longest video I've ever made, but longest video really just sitting here staring at the fire. But I hope this helps somebody out. If it does, come back and like my videos. Well, anyway, this is Judd with Southmen Bushcraft. Y'all have a good day.